Hey guys, it's Kelley with today's sales tips, the Daily 3. This is episode 322, and today's topics are going to be about why people wouldn't buy. So I'm going to get right into it. As always, please like, subscribe, and comment. This is a community. The comments fuel the content, and I'm not a guru. I'm not the best salesman in the world, but hopefully our community can all join together, and the different perspectives that we have from the different salespeople will create one single amazing sales set of ideas and perspectives. So, like, subscribe, comment, anything you're having trouble with, any objections that you're getting that are repeated, throw them in the comments. And if they're not answered in the comments, I'll put them in my videos. So today, 3 reasons people aren't buying. Number 1, the product. Now, the simplest form of that is that you don't have a good product. And hopefully that's not the case, so I'm not even going to really address that, but that could be an option. Secondly, it comes down to needs and wants. And the way you find out the needs and wants are by the discovery questions. So a lot of salesmen I hear are asking the same discovery questions all the time, which kind of befuddles me because it doesn't really make sense. The discovery question should be based on the individual. So here's an example. If I was selling 2 types of tickets, one to an adult burlesque show and one to a children's magic show, and my question would be, Mr. Johnson, do you have any little ones? And he says, oh yes, Michael, well, I have a beautiful 6-year-old daughter and an 8-year-old boy. Then I would probably pitch him the kids' magic show tickets instead of him taking a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old to adult burlesque show. So it has to make sense for the individual person. So you should really be asking discovery questions to be very strategic, which is why they shouldn't all just be the same. Now, there's an old adage that a good salesman can sell ice to an Eskimo. And that means you're providing value. And value isn't just based upon the benefits and amenities of your product or service. The value is based upon the needs and wants of your customer. Guys, the customer is the boss. The customer is the CEO. They can fire anyone at the company at any time, because if the customers don't buy, then we don't have jobs. So you need to individualize your discovery for the guest that you're talking to. And providing value is based on their needs and wants. So if people are looking in our business for like a romantic getaway, you're probably not going to be talking about giving them tickets to Legoland in Carlsbad. So you have to provide value so that your product has value to them based on their needs and wants. And that's done through discovery. And my reference about selling ice to Eskimos was, if you can provide enough value of that ice, even though there's an abundance of it to Eskimos, you can sell that ice to the Eskimo. Just like if there was no water left in the world and there was a guy with a glass of water and I was dying of thirst, I would spend every dollar that I had to purchase that glass of water because I need it. So individualize your discovery questions so that you can add value to the guest based on their wants and needs. Number 1, they are not buying stuff because of the product, and that means you didn't create the value for what they need or want. Now, secondly, I call it the stall, where guests will say to you, Yeah, Michael, it was great talking to you today. I appreciate everything that you explained to me, and me and Mrs. Johnson are going to talk it over, and we'll give you a call back in 3 or 4 days, and then we'll talk about doing business at that point. Your job as a salesman, what you did wrong there was you didn't create a sense of urgency. A lot of salesmen have an urgency statement built into their pitch, but just using an urgency statement doesn't pound home urgency. You need to let that guest know that by taking the time to think about it, they're losing value. So something like, okay, Mr. Johnson, I totally understand that you and Mrs. Johnson want to talk it over. This is a decision, that you guys should think about before you make, because it's a big decision. But at the end of the day, I'm offering it to you today for $100. And if you guys take the week to think about it and call back, the price is going to be $500. And then this is where you can insert your gifts or incentive to help close the deal. So you can say something like, Mr. Johnson, I understand that you guys want to talk about it. You want to take that week and kind of figure it out. But I'm giving it to you for $100 today. If you think about it for a week, that means you're going to pay an extra $400. And you know what? If you guys take advantage of this today, I will give you X, which is your gift or incentive. So use it as a closing tool. And the third part to that, really quick, is that you want to let them know that thinking about it should be done right there with you, because you're the expert. You have the product knowledge. So if they want to think about it, you can say, hey, Mr. Johnson, I totally understand that you want to think about it, and I get it. I know where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, if you guys want to think about it right now while you have me on the phone, because I'm the expert in this field, and I have the product knowledge, and I can answer any questions that you guys have. Now, if you guys think about it on your own, then you're not going to have anyone to ask pertinent questions to like you do right now. So you have a great opportunity right now to ask me any questions about it. You have a great opportunity right now to save a bunch of money versus what you would have to pay if you called back. And on top of it, if you take advantage of it today, I'm giving you, and that's the gift. So that's the second thing, would be the stall, and that's how you would combat that. And then the third thing is everybody's favorite, the terms and conditions. So the way that I like to combat this, because a lot of times terms and conditions are when you're very close to closing the sale, and terms and conditions can be a non-negotiable or a deal breaker. So what you need to do to combat that is to create wiggle room for yourself in the terms and conditions. Like with us, we give our guests a 6-month period to travel. So strategically you can say, yeah, Mr. Johnson, and with our package I'll give you 3 months to travel. And then when he says, well, Michael, that just doesn't work for us, and that's a deal breaker because we won't be able to travel in 3 months, you can turn around and say, okay, Mr. Johnson, well, you know what I'll do for you? I'll extend that out and give you 6 months to travel, and then that way you can overcome that non-negotiable thing for him, because they wouldn't have been able to do it with the 3 months. Or if he takes it at 3 months, you can give him the 6 months anyway at the end as a gracious thing. And basically the key here is just to give yourself wiggle room. Even when you're talking about fees and things like that, what you want to do is, if it's a $20 fee, you want to make it a $30 or $40 fee, so that if it comes up as an issue later, you then have the wiggle room to negotiate with them and say, look, okay, yeah, you're right. Normally it's the $40 fee like I told you guys before, but what I'm going to do for you, since you're taking advantage of it today, is I'll just make it a $20 fee instead. So leave yourself wiggle room so that you can negotiate. So product, the way you do that is ask the right questions, find out the needs and wants, and build value. 2, don't let them stall. Tell them why stalling is a bad idea and decreases the value. And then 3rd, the terms and conditions. Leave yourself enough wiggle room so that you can negotiate the terms and conditions and close the sale. I appreciate your guys' time. Like, subscribe, comment. Guys, increase your sales, increase your income. That's what we're here for. Thank you for your time. You guys get out there and sell something. Thank you.